Hello friends, today we are going to study that capital and types of capital under the class 12th commerce. The last topic was factor affecting capital structure, means which factor affect the structure of the capital in the organizations. Today's topic is most important topic for your examination point of view, and definitely comes questions from this topic 2 or 4 marks. Okay, last year the question was an important questions was from working capital. Okay, my dear students, so see and focus on it. First of all, we will decide the capital. What is capital? Capital, as we are knowing, whatever the amount we have invested for in the process of production, that is called capital. Getting over? So the capital amount is, there are two type of. First one is fixed capital and second one is working capital. Fixed capital and working capital. Getting over? Fixed capital means fixed capital. Listen and you can note down whatever I am saying. Fixed capital is the type of block capital which has used one time in the business concern. Means it's a block amount. When the amount is blocked in the fixed capital. Getting involved means the amount blocked, whatever we purchase, the amount of fixed capital is blocked. Getting involved? See here. What fixed capital? Example of fixed capital, if we talk about like land and building, office for the business concern, whatever we invest in the plant and machinery, means one time we purchase any plant and machinery, one time we purchase the heavy amount. Getting one time we invest the heavy amount in the fixed capital. Getting over? So this is the fixed capital. Okay. The one important point under this topic is factor affecting capital structure. Factor affecting fixed capital structure. Means what are the factors which affect the structure of the fixed capital? Getting over? See here. The first point is nature of the business. Means nature of the business means what are the nature of the business? Means which type of business we are doing. Means if we are doing the business of petroleum products, oil refinery, so for these we need to a large amount of capital. We are doing the business of steel, any power plant. So what it is mean? It means it is required the heavy amount of a big amount of capital. So it affect the what amount of fixed capital. Second, size of the business. The business in doing at which scale, large, medium or small. So it is decided the size of the business, the amount of fixed capital will affect. Okay, size of the business. Third, nature of the product. Nature of the product means what type of product we are using in the business concern and for what types we are doing the business. Getting involved means what type of product, means it's costly, then we have to pay the very costly amount, costly fixed capital we have to invest in the business concern. Next, methods of production. Method of production means what type of methods we are using in the production of the what business concern in the fixed capital. So it will affect the amount of fixed capital. Means method of production means it's a very at large scale when we will do, then the cost of the production will be very low, and if we are using the heavy in the dearest method of production, that we will definitely the cost of fixed production will high, so it will affect the cost of fixed capital. Mode of acquiring fixed capital. Mode of acquiring fixed capital means which mode we are collecting the amount of capital, collecting the amount of fixed capital. Suppose I have taken loan, means cost of that loan, we have to pay interest for that loan, so the cost of capital will be very high. So what methods we are collecting the amount acquiring fixed assets or fixed capital? So these all are the factors which affect the fixed capital. So many other points in your books. you can see and understand the 5 points is more important. So I have described all these points. Getting over. Second topic, working capital. Working capital is most important capital of the concern, which is used for the day-to-day operation or operating use, that is called working capital. My dear students, working capital, in the definition of working capital you can see what, where current assets minus current liability, that is called working capital, CA minus CL. Getting over? Working capital means current assets minus current liability. So we can define in the definitions whatever amount we are using in the day-to-day operation, that is called, or in the regulating business or in operating business, that is called working capital. Types of working capital, there are two types of working capital. First one is permanent working capital and second one is temporary working capital. First one is permanent and second one is temporary working capital. Permanent working capital, which work permanently, that is called permanently, and temporary we use for the temporary nature, which are using the temporary nature, that is called temporary working capital. Types of permanent working capital, first one is regular working capital and second one is initial working capital. Sorry, first one is initial working capital and second one is regular working capital. First one is initial working capital and second one is regular working capital. So first of all we will learn initial working capital. Initial working capital means initial working capital are those type of capital which are needed at the time of establishing of the business concern. Establishing of the business concern, whatever amount of capital is required, that is called what? Initial working capital. Means at the time of initial stage of the business concern, there is a requirement of working capital is too much. The requirement of working capital is too much because the credit of the business is not been made by the business concern because it's a new business. So at the initial stage of the business concern, there is whatever capital in the use in the preliminary expenses or running expenses or operating expenses for what to meet, we use that type of capital is initial working capital. Regular working capital. Regular working capital is a permanently working capital which means CA minus CL, which is used on the regularly basis in the business, that is called regular working capital. Getting over, permanent working capital means first type initial and second type regular. Second, temporary working capital. Temporary working capital means first topic is special and second one is seasonal. First type special and second one is seasonal. Special working capital is which used in the special circumstances, which used in the case of emergencies, which are used in the case of any casualty in the business concern, which are in safe mode but used in the special type of condition, that is called special working capital. Seasonal is the more important. Seasonal working capital is that type of working capital which used in the season, a specific season. Like in the summer, the business of cold drink will be very high. Getting over, and in the time of rainy, the selling of umbrella. So what means according to seasons, in the time of winter we need what? Woolen clothes. So that in the time of seasons, the requirement of the specific things which are related from the seasonal basis things, the demand of that type of things will be very high. So for the requirement of these needs, whatever amount is required, that is called seasonal working capital. Hope you all are getting. One more important point is from this chapter and the last topic of this chapter, what? Feature affecting working capital. Factors affecting working capital. Factors affecting working capital. Means which type of factor which affect the working capital? First point. Most of all the points are similar. Fixed capital and temporary working capital. Getting over. So what the points which affect the business working capital? First one is nature of business, as it is nature of the business, what type of business we are doing. So this is the same point. Second, size of the business. What are the size of the business? If the business size is large, then it is required too much amount of capital. Third, manufacturing cycle. Manufacturing cycle means in what time period we are investing in at the time of manufacturing. What time we are taking in the manufacturing of the goods. Getting suppose 6 months, so the manufacturing cycle in year 2 times. So it will decide the requirement of working capital. Goodwill of the business, if the reputation or goodwill of the businesses will be very high, so the demand of working capital is what? Will be also very high, because goodwill is decided what? The goodwill decide the amount of working capital. Next, rapidity of turnover. What is rapidly change? Rapidity of turnover means what time you repeat the turnover. Getting over means what is your sales, what is your turnover. It will decide the amount of working capital. Operating efficiency. What operating efficiency you are having by the business concern. It is affect the business working capital. So hope you all are getting these points. Again I am repeating capital. Definition of capital you are knowing. There are two type of capital, fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital, getting over, factor affecting fixed capital. Working capital, there are two type of working capital, permanent and temporary. Permanent and temporary. Permanent, there are two type of working capital. Permanent working capital, there are two type of working capital. For initial stage, initial working capital, and second one is regular working capital. Okay. Temporary working capital. Temporary working capital. First one is special and seasonal. There are two type of working capital of temporary working capital is special working capital and seasonal working capital. Factor affecting working capital which affect to the whole working capital. These factors we will use. So all are these points are mentioned in your book. You can go through your books, and if you have any problem you can ask. Okay. For today, thank you. And it was the last topic of your chapter number 2. Again we will start chapter number 3 from in the next lecture. Okay. For today, thank you very much.